Joining me right now is former acting U.S. Attorney General Matt Whitaker. Matt, good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Your reaction to what's taking place here, the president of Mexico endorsing Beto O'Rourke or telling Mexicans in America to do so.
Yeah, it's outrageous, obviously, but Lopez Obrador is a socialist, so we need to remember that his policies certainly align more with Joe Biden than they do the Republicans and Governor Abbott. But, you know, we have a massive crisis on our southern border. We just had 53 people die in the back of a semi-tractor trailer, and half of those were Mexican nationals. And so if I'm Lopez Obrador, I'm going to suggest to Joe Biden that maybe you get a little more control of your southern border, have it regulated and have it more orderly so that my citizens don't die in the back of tractor trailers. But at the same time, Maria, I think the more concerning thing, if I'm the Mexican president, is the cartels that are gaining power and cash by running these illegal operations at our southern border. I think that should be really concerning to the president of Mexico, but he seems to be right in line with Joe Biden and the free movement of people between the Mexican southern border with the United States.
Well, I mean, for the president of the United States to be okay with these criminal cartels taking home $200 million a week, just from human smuggling, that doesn't even include the drugs, the fentanyl being seized every day. But you make a great point. It's the journey that has been really dangerous, fatally for many, whether you're from Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, or 150 other countries. That journey puts you right there clashing with the drug cartels, the criminal cartels. And we got a new report today that says border agents arrested nearly 26,000 migrants in less than a week in 5 Texas border sectors. It comes amid Texas Governor Greg Abbott's crackdown against migrants across the state. What should he do? Can he do any more? He's got Operation Lone Star. What are we going to do as a nation to face down on this crisis where you've got, 2 million people having crossed into America under Joe Biden's watch, on his watch, rather?
Maria, the federal government's failure is putting a tremendous burden on Texas taxpayers to fill the gap. And obviously the authorities and the authorizations for what they can do at the southern border is incomplete. And if the federal government would participate in the defense of our southern border, then, it would be a lot easier for Texas and the Texas citizens to live secure and safely. Because you're right. I mean, not only the cartels, criminal organizations that are, sexually assaulting, trafficking illegal drugs that are killing our fellow citizens, violating our border, laws. But you remember, everyone that comes here illegally a second time after they've been caught is committing a felony. And this administration isn't enforcing the law on the books. And I'm very concerned about the concept within the Biden administration of the rule of law. Because if you don't enforce the laws on the books, then that allows an illegality and an illegal culture to, sort of spring forward from that. And that's exactly what we've seen in the southern border. And that's going to be hard to put back in the box ultimately once a new administration comes in with a desire to seal the southern border and have an orderly immigration system that serves the national interest.
Yeah, but AG, I mean, instead, we've got massive lawlessness and lies. I mean, downright lies. Customs and Border Protection found no evidence whatsoever of any Border Patrol agents whipping Haitian migrants last year. That debunks the claims from the president himself and other top Democrats. CBP is still recommending punishing these accused agents. What are we punishing them for?
Yeah, if you read this report, it's really outrageous of what the level of conduct. I mean, these are folks just trying to do their job. They are trying to defend our southern border. They're trying to prevent people from walking into our country unregulated and then dispersing to, wherever they might want to go, and so their tools are limited. Obviously, this group had horses, and trying to prevent people from coming into our country, I think, is actually an admirable pursuit, and we should applaud these officers for actually wanting to do their job. But instead, this administration is going to punish them, is threatening them, with employment sanctions, and it's just outrageous. But ever since this story broke, it's all about the politics. It has nothing to do with the policies.
Yeah, instead, these border agents who are working night and day have to defend their name because of a lie made up around that defense of the border. Matt, thanks very much for taking all that on. Matt Whitaker joining us this morning on the border, which is continuing to be out of control. Quick break and then a